Back to Gear and Guitars with Mel. As usual, I am Mel, and today we are here to talk about this bad mammal jammal. This is the AIO Wolf Guitars WLP 750. Obviously, it's got a certain kind of style going on to it. You know I love my single cuts. So this is a 3-piece mahogany body that you can't see because of that veneer, but you can see the pieces on the edges. There's some really, really nice veneer though. 3-piece mahogany neck, fully bound guitar, front and back, 7-layer binding. On the front, you have that abalone inlay. Also, running down those trapezoids in abalone. This is a very, very beautiful guitar. It's got what they call a flat C shape in the neck. Feeling good. It's a nice neck. What else we got going on here? It's a 12-inch radius, like any kind of LP you'd be expecting. 22 frets. It's got these Destiny CNC wound pickups that are, I guess, made just for Wolf guitar. Not too bad. We'll get to that. Got some Grover tuners back there. That's always nice to have. They seem like they're legit Grovers. Got a bone nut. Happy about all that stuff. These go for, I believe, you're looking around 4.5, and then that's just the guitar, and then 5 with the case. So I've had a lot of people talk to me about these guitars. I just want to throw in the fact that it's got a sweet volute there. A lot of people have been telling me about Wolf guitars, and you know, I finally got a chance to get my hands on one, and of course I wanted to go as fancy schmancy as I could get. This is a really nice guitar for the money. Well, no, not for the money. It's just a real nice guitar. We'll talk about the good stuff, which is everything that I just mentioned. The fit and finish is pretty good. There's some spots where things could be a little cleaner. I'm not sure what factory these are made in. I've heard different things from different sources. Some people have said that they're made in the ESP factory up there, which I believe would be the Court factory. I've heard other people say that they're made in the same factory as Epiphones. I don't think these are off the, I don't know. This is nothing like any of my Epiphones. It feels completely different. It's very light, surprisingly light guitar. But let's find some tones here. Pickup. That's the middle pickup. Oh, sorry, middle position, both pickups. I got no complaints about how this guitar sounds, okay, how it plays. What I will say is the pickups, they're not bad. They're not bad by any means. They lack a little, I don't know, substance. But, you know, you're talking about, I don't know how to say this. So you have your Epiphone pickups, which I find, you know, I tend to usually find them a bit muddy, a bit overly fat. These don't have that problem. These actually could use a little more low end for what I like, but I mean, as you can hear, they sound killer. You know, there's no issue with that. So again, good pickups. Just so for my taste, I tend to like PAF style pickups. I tend to like them low output. I find that I get a little more clarity when they're not pushing the amp or pushing whatever I'm running into too hard and things like that. But yeah, I gotta say, one of my subscribers, the townspeople, actually really put me on Wolf guitars real hard. And then, you know, I checked out Guitar Max's video and some other videos out there, and I figured, you know, they seem really nice. It's worth taking a look at. So that's what I did, and I'm glad I did. It's really good. If I'm gonna get nitpicky, I'll say some stuff. Okay. Now, keep in mind, you're talking about 4.5 for this guitar. You know what I mean? So if I have to pick some things out, the fret sprout is a little more than I was expecting, especially since they set it up for me. Now, I live up north, and this is coming from LA, so, you know, I understand in shipping and stuff like that, but fret sprout is usually a situation where the woods that you used, the timbers you used, weren't dried enough. It's not terrible, but it's going to need some work, and I'm going to put that work in. I will say that it's got a nice bone nut that could have been shaped and cut a little better, but it functions. You know, it works. I asked them to set it up with medium low action. It came with pretty low action. It's buzzing just about everywhere. You can't hear it through the amp like that, but I'll be raising that up a little bit. Other than that, and those are, like I said, nitpicky things. I will say that though I don't mind the pickups, the electronics are not great. They're dime-sized pots, which doesn't necessarily have to be a bad thing, but these have no taper. When you go to roll the tone off, it just muffles out, and it does its thing. But that's no problem because I got plans for this. So I'm going to use this guitar, and we are going to do a little review on an Obsidian wire solderless system and some iron gear pickups, I think. Like I said, these pickups aren't bad. There's nothing wrong with these, but I have a set of rolling mills that I've been itching to use since I got them. And I'm going to use this guitar for that because I do enjoy this guitar very much. Now, that being said, dude, go buy one of these. I mean, this isn't sponsored. It's not like that. I'm just telling you, this is not a bad guitar. Now, I just gave you the nitpickies, right? I just gave you the stuff like, oh, this stuff bugs me. This stuff bugs me. These are things that I get on most of the guitars that I buy because I buy budget guitars. That's just how it is. That being said, it doesn't feel like a budget guitar. It's solid. It sounds good. The neck plays great. The frets are good. It just, like I said, it just looks like the wood shrunk a little bit, you know, coming across the country. And hey, that's gonna happen. Now, I want to address a couple of things that have been talked about in the comments on the channel and stuff like that. And what I want to talk about is things, when I say, like, hey, I got this Glary on the channel and I dig it, it's good. You know what I mean? When I say I got this Donner, I dig it, it's good. Okay, as you guys will notice, there's not a lot of stuff that I get on this channel that I trash. Part of that is I don't review garbage. If you see a guitar on my channel, it's not bad. Okay, now I've gotten some harshness for saying that the Glaries were good, or saying that, you know, this, dude, for $100, if it plays and it's giggable, to me, that's a good guitar. There's nothing wrong with that. I'll never say anything like the Glaries and the Donners are as good as Epiphones, you know, the higher up Epiphones. I will say that they approach some Affinity Squire area, you know what I mean? But I've gotten some comments with people saying, you know, they don't want me to misrepresent things to my audience, and I don't want to do that. I don't think that I do, but I wanted to straighten some stuff out. Fly it right. I am a guitar tech. I build guitars, I fix guitars, I rebuild guitar, whatever, you know, all of them. I've done all kinds. I've done basses, I've done acoustics. It's what I've been doing for a long time. I used to work for, Guitar Center. I opened a Guitar Center up here where I live, and, you know, the repair office and shop was all mine. I know my way around a guitar. I know, right? He worked Guitar Center. That doesn't mean he knows crap. I do know my way around guitars. So I take things for granted. Things like, well, this could use some neck adjustment or little things like that. When I don't factor that into, oh, this is a crap guitar, because I don't expect a guitar to really come from the factory setup. I will say that's been happening a lot more. I've been getting guitars out of the box that are great, but you know, in my experience, heck man, when I was working at Guitar Center, we would get in Gibsons, we would get in Fender, and they all needed love. They've been shipped across the country, cold, wet, hot, dry, all that stuff. Adjustments always need to be made. So I don't count those things. People get upset when they're like, well, I bought this $130 guitar and I had to set it up out of the box. Well, yeah, you did. You bought a $130 guitar. You're going to have to set it up out of the box. I don't ever want to mislead anybody that's a sub here. I don't want to mislead anybody that watches my channel. If you see a guitar on a thumbnail, if you see a guitar on this channel, it's okay. I'm not going to say it's, when I say they're all killer guitars because I love guitars, right? But that means that they play. The fit and finish is good. I don't have to send them back, you know? And listen, when you get something like a nice Gibson and it's got some problems out of the box, you're mad. You're mad. You paid $2,500 for that guitar. What's the deal? But when you pay, heck man, when I come across a $200 guitar, $300 guitar, and I have to set it up, I'm like, yeah, that doesn't even cross my mind as an issue. Of course you do. And a lot of people, it's consumerism, right? So a lot of cats aren't used to having to do stuff on their own. I'm going to cut all this out because I'm getting judgy. But yeah, I just want, rest assured, if you see a guitar on this channel, just knowing that I already have it here, it's not trash. Because I'm not going to waste the time that it takes to get the equipment, make the video, edit the video, and put it up for something that's just complete garbage. That's a waste of everybody's time. I would never say, hey, go grab this guitar if I didn't think it was something that I don't mind playing myself. I've had a lot of guitars come my way that you guys have never seen because I've had a lot of guitars come my way that just weren't good. And I'm not going to put that on the channel. I've had some stuff come across. There hasn't been a what's on the bench in a while because I've been doing a lot of guitar work, but not on anything I think you guys really care to see. You know what I mean? So I just don't want the idea out there because I've done some sponsored videos. Listen, man, if somebody wants to send me gear, I'm going to play that gear. If that gear is good, I'm going to make a video. And I just mean good. When I say something's good, that doesn't mean that it's incredible. It's the best find you'll ever get. Good to me means I can plug it in. I can gig a set or two with it and it'll get the job done. That's good. That's definitely good enough. You know, all that being said, I hope you guys like what I'm doing here. And I do take the feedback, which is why a Wolf guitar ended up on the channel, because it was a subscriber who was very adamant about the quality, and he was right. They're great. And me and him are talking about hooking up, and I'm going to maybe show off some of his gear on the channel as well, because I always like playing new stuff, and I always like being able to show you guys something that I think is great. So that's about that. Rant over. Thanks for checking out Gear Guitars with Mel. As always, I am Mel.